your former colleague, Warren Davidson, is pointing to the lack of offsets in particular and saying, therefore, that this is going to be a no-go. Does this $95 billion package have a chance at getting through?
It has a chance, but this is really a test of political wills. On Capitol Hill, you have fractious majorities in the House and the Senate that are really tight for Republicans. The House is particularly challenged at passing legislation over the last month, had been locked down over debate on immigration. It appears that House Republicans have a plan forward for reconciliation, a partisan package that will not need Democratic votes in the U.S. Senate to get enacted. It totals nearly $100 billion. Some of this deals with election security, voter ID, and immigration issues domestically that can help sweeten the pot, as well as these important defense priorities. What this means is House Republicans are trying to go around Democratic opposition to this president and this president's intervention in Iran, and ensure that Democrats won't have a point of leverage to bring in their spending policies and priorities and other domestic priorities into the debate. So therefore, the package is smaller, they're saying to fellow Republicans. This package is smaller than the deal they would have to do with Democrats necessary to get their support and their votes. So in that way, Congressman Davidson is exactly right. This is an expensive package, but the alternative here is a more expensive package done with the support of Democratic lawmakers. That's really the narrow scope of the narrow range of scope and debate they're having on Capitol Hill in order to get this package done. And over the next couple of days, tomorrow will be a crucial day for House Republicans on getting that bill through the Budget Committee.
Yeah. All right. So let's say Speaker Johnson, Mr. Chairman, pulls a rabbit out of a hat, and he's done it before. This thing actually comes out of committee and it passes the House. What happens next door in the Senate?
Well, the Senate, look, we have the untimely passing of Senator Lindsey Graham and his sister's quick appointment to that seat. We have Mitch McConnell, who is ailing. And so you have an attendance problem in the U.S. Senate, and you have a disagreement on the approach as well on immigration and these domestic priorities on voter ID. So this is going to be a second very, very narrow path through the U.S. Senate. But as you said, Speaker Johnson has pulled a rabbit out of the hat before with the help of President Trump. And I think likewise, Leader Thune will be able to get this package through if it's able to get out of the U.S. House, which then unlocks a second process. Once you have a budget resolution, that is just the opening act for them to actually write this policy, and to pull that rabbit out of that hat is a second sort of tricky set of things that need to happen. This is it's a lot to do in a July of a midterm election year, but a necessary priority for the president to see this through the Congress.
I'd like to ask you about something else the president has called a priority. In fact, he mentioned that this should be passed in honor of the legacy of Senator Lindsey Graham after his passing, which you mentioned, which is the Clarity Act, which it's not clear that Senator Graham was particularly passionate about crypto market structure in particular, but there are many that are. And Politico is reporting that tomorrow at the White House, a group of senators will be meeting with the president about the path forward for this legislation. Mr. Chairman, are they going to have to tell the president if he wants to see this done, he's going to have to agree to restrictions on the actions of him and his family in the crypto space?
Well, that's certainly what the Democratic senators are saying is their objection to passing Clarity. Look, this path to getting clear law on crypto is really the ethics issue for elected officials and for the private sector, frankly. We need to define what is a digital asset and its means of exchange. We currently don't have any federal law dictating those two things on a very important, very large market that now traditional finance is getting heavily engaged in. So frankly, the pitch here is that ethics is downstream of us actually having sound law and a clear set of rules and regulations at the federal level. That's what Clarity will bring. The opposition by Democratic lawmakers here, I think, is really trying to bring this into the political debate about the president's financial disclosure statement and his engagement across financial markets and investment activities, business activities for he and his family. That is a separate issue than having sound law on crypto, which is what the Clarity Act would bring about. It's really an open question whether or not the Democrats in the Senate will stand firm in opposition unless we have some additional ethics language here for government officials, most specifically the president and vice president. A lot's going to be riding on this test vote the Senate will have on clarity, hopefully next week or the following week.
30,000-foot view, Mr. Chairman. There are real concerns about whether anything is going to get out of this Congress between now and the lame duck. Sarah Chamberlain from the Republican Main Street Partnership said in our studio yesterday that the store is basically closed. We'd be lucky to get a CR right now, and she expects the government likely will shut down for some period of time and could, in fact, be a lengthy one following the end of September. How about you?
Well, I think a government shutdown is more likely than not on September 30th. And that's because we saw the Democratic Party pay no price for the longest government shutdown in American history, led by Democratic Senate opposition. And so because they didn't pay a political price then, they believe they're unlikely to pay a political price this fall. I think that is a really tricky thing for the Congress to negotiate. That is also why they're pushing this Reconciliation 3.0 so intently. Defense supplementals have always been bipartisan over the last decades. And now you see Republicans facing unified Democratic opposition to replenishing our stocks and supplies of weaponry. That's why they're going this partisan path. That doesn't make a government shutdown more likely. It doesn't make a government shutdown less likely. It probably makes it more likely in the fall. But time will tell. And politics, especially these days, is quite fickle day to day and week to week.